Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Landedkiller show. Today we'll be going over the American submarines in patch 10.9. As I'm sure you're all aware, not much has changed except you can launch torpedoes one by one now, and they gave these subs specific characteristics. So we're going to focus on the changed characteristics here. Starting with cash slot, you can see the cash slot, reload time 7.5, maximum range 10.0 kilometers on the sonar width has increased to 18 meters there. Torpedoes now go to a max range of 10 kilometers. Reload in 50 seconds. Torpedo speed is 86 knots because of equipment I have equipped. Quick rundown of commanders. Liquidator. Under maintenance. Consumable enhancements. Equipment. Submarine steering gears mod 2. Torpedo tubes mod 1. Engine room protection. Sonar mod 1. We're going to go into randoms. That's what you guys came here for. Oh, no signals equipped. I thought I had signals equipped. Okay, I'll take care of that. Alright, here we go. I'm going to take cash lot out into randoms. I already see people in the chat already typing the little comments saying, "Oh, you shouldn't be making videos on submarines, blah 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 blah." You know, you're free to have your own opinion. I'm sure people are gonna want to look back someday on the submarines. Eventually, they're gonna iron out the issues on them. So the way this video is gonna work is we're gonna go for the tier 6, the tier 8, and the tier 10 all in the same video. So stick around and keep watching through, as we're gonna go through all 3 of them in the patch. This is gonna be one-time playthroughs and randoms. I'm not gonna sit there and go co-op with these because I'm trying to show the player versus player side of things this patch, because that's the significant change, is that you can play them in randoms now. What I've noticed before in my testing on the It's Just for Fun 40 live stream I did not too long ago is that the subs appeared to be weaker. So we're going to see if that's still the case when I test them here in randoms here. Probably taking a while to queue because there's an odd number of subs. Here we go with cash lot. Give it a sec. Still got the old water textures. I'm changing those in the next patch.
Battle starts.
Here we go. Go for the objective of A here. I'm going to try to sink anybody. I think that the steering gears modification is really important, that you really shouldn't change that equipment out to something else. It really helps you maneuver the submarine better, which is important because you got bow torpedoes on the sub. Probably destroyer hiding in the clouds there. Hansberg. Destroyers they got over there. Nicholas. Katsurushu. Atsuharu, I mean. We're gonna try pinging him a little there. I'm gonna dive. Destroyer's gonna spot me if I don't. So I can get a. See, my pings aren't getting on him there. I feel like the pings are slower in this iteration. Maybe it's just me. Really just got to get them torpedoes launched off right away because people are quick to take that ping off. So really just got to get them torpedoes launched right away. So you can see that the torpedoes don't home in precisely like they did in the last patch because they added in a minimum distance for pinging onto ships. So they're not going to go right in all the time because of that minimum distance. Oh, look at that. First blood.
Enemy destroyer foundered.
There we go.
Off to a great start.
Alright, let's see who else I can get. Hawkins is going out of my detectability range because they changed the range, of course, on your pings and all that. Let's see if he hits his DCP here. Just gonna launch some torpedoes off, see if they get him there. Probably a better ping than that.
Torpedoes, direct front.
Torpedoes are going way off.
Torpedoes, dead ahead.
How are those gonna home in? Detected. Now, another submarine. Okay, what do we got? U-69.
Attention, maximum depth reached.
What I can do is I can turn around my ship here and use my enhanced rudder consumable to get it around. Keep in mind that you're gonna have everything drained fast because you have submarines behind you. They're not gonna hit. Ooh, corpse hit. Cool.
Torpedoes astern.
Ping on him. Alright, launch these torpedoes off. Torpedo off, I guess. Just want to get out of the area as fast as you can because you're going to be... These depth charges can really tear you out. See, your torpedoes can still have some value there. You just got to aim at the right time. What's that? A sinking cruiser, I think. Detected again by hydrophone, I think. It's all the way over there. Alright, let me see if I can get a ping on him. Nope, can't. He's out of range. Drop depth charges again. Just want to get out of the action zone as fast as possible because you're detected. Because your dive units here, your dive time can drain really fast if you don't. It's a good idea to get in your initial strikes and then retreat. It's your best avenue of attack. Surprisingly, I'm more accepting of subs than I am super ships. I don't know why that is. Well, you would think it would be the other way around, but I'm accepting of subs. I just think the ping mechanic needs to be refined more. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to do much because he's out of range. Surface. Let me see here. Am I out of range? Yep, I am. So you want to make sure you're a safe distance away from the cap, and you just want to let that dive charge recharge itself.
Torpedoes to port.
That's the important part. And keep in mind any surface hazards like torpedoes.
Torpedoes astern.
You can be hit by those on the surface here.
Torpedoes astern.
Is that a New Mexico? Trying to get me. Don't work, dummy. I'm on the surface. Just want to let your dive time recharge a little bit and then go back in once you feel it's been recharged up enough. You can have your your dive time really depleted rapidly if you stay under a cap, for instance. Thing's gonna hit him from there, but probably gonna have to go under here to go fight that submarine here. And dive. Time to recharge up a little bit.
Torpedoes dead ahead.
So his last position was right there-ish. Keep in mind, you're super vulnerable to aircraft. Mainly these dive bombers when you're at a... That's crazy, he doesn't even spot me. It's kind of nice, actually, that the aircraft don't spot you. At least the ones that are the airstrike aircraft. Kind of surprised. Is that intentional or is that a glitch? Maybe that's just intentional. It's kind of nice, actually, because if you're on the surface when those things hit, you're safe. Also, you got to keep in mind surface ship fire too. So let this charge up a little bit. I better dive because that New Mexico's getting pretty close. Let's see if that submarine is close by. Dive to a depth of around 20. Myself to the edge of the cap, that way I have enough distance to get out of here in case things go south. See that submarine there? Not to brag or anything, but I've been participating in these tests every single patch. Diving. Gotta just try to get your strikes in pretty quick. Down there. Launch this torch off quickly. He's gone. Okay.
Torpedoes astern.
He's not near me.
Attention, maximum depth reached.
I think we'll be safe enough to go up to periscope. Oh, probably not. Nope. Go to 20. We're not going to go up to periscope. He's way too close for that. Try to spook him and ping him a little bit here. See if he's paying attention. I can do the, oh shit, I gotta launch the planes again. Get these torpedoes off as soon as you can launch them.
Low battery.
If we're on low battery after surface, I'm gonna hit on that consumable to turn around so I can launch the ballast torpedoes at them. Keep in mind when you're surfacing hazards, such as torpedoes, all that. He's gone.
We destroyed an enemy battleship.
Can't detect you with these depth charge planes. I don't know why, but they might change that in a future patch. Just a future patch, FYI. So, yeah. Pretty much at this stage of the game, when you've taken out, when most of the enemy is gone, you want to surface, you want to try to cap if you can. You're probably going to be very valuable asset to your team. You want to stay close to your team and want to probably be about the edge of cap when you're going in. You want to be about the edge of cap to leave as well, because you don't want to be hit too much by the ships.
Our team has taken the lead.
I feel like the tier 6s are the most balanced out of the submarines. Hatsuharu, obviously a big obstacle to me because he can spot me and he can take me out pretty quick if I'm not careful. He's right there, he's close by. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to dive to periscope, try to ping him here and see if I can get him.
All stations requesting fire on the
Let
designated
him know where the
target.
destroyer's at, pinging him. And because I'm at periscope, I'm able to launch him at the surface so I don't have to worry too much about homing. He's going in a smoke. He's still pinged, so it's still going to spot him. Torpedo should home in pretty close to his location. They'll go in a straight line from there if they don't spot them. Try pinging and see if I can get this destroyer again. Neutralize, which means torpedoes are going to go in a straight line. Ping, nope. Turn around here because I'm too exposed. Suppose if I stay here. You can dive, then dive. I've been seeing this dolphin dive tactic be very effective lately.
The ship is on fire. Low battery. Problem solved, sir.
Then all that's left is a cruiser, which is just gonna probably get obliterated by the Weser there. Wesser. In it. I say that submarines can be more effective than destroyers if you play them just right. Just a matter of learning tactics and all that. I've heard tell that there's going to be another dev blog post in submarine sometime within the next week or two. I think I remember seeing Sub Octavian mention something like that. Stick around, we're still going to go through the other two submarines. Salmon and Vallejo. Briefly go over stats and skills again. Sonar is 8.9. Okay, obviously this is covering up what I was going to say. So we're going to wait till this clears. Reload time 8.9 seconds on sonar. Sonar range is 11 kilometers. Ping width 18 meters there. Torpedoes, you got 1x4 in the bow, 1x4 in the front. 48-second reload. A little better than the tier 6. Torpedo range is 11 kilometers. Torpedo speed is 90 knots because of skills. Look at my skills again here. Liquidator. Maintenance, enhanced impulse generator, and improved battery efficiency. These all help you when you're facing enemy ships. Equipment. Steering gears mod 3, steering gears mod 2, torpedo tubes modification 1, engine room protection, sonar modification 1. You got your enhanced rudder gears and your hydrophone. Alright, we're gonna get right into battle. Just to not waste any time. Salmon, I think, has a really nice shape to it. I think U-190 looks a little better than Salmon. Here we go. Probably going to have a 2v2 subs in here, or we're going to have a 3v3 sub nonsense going on. We'll see. No, a 1v1 sub scenario, surprisingly. I thought it was going to be 2v2 subs. Ooh, tier 9 battle. Extra cautious here. Ooh, there's a lot of destroyers here. I have to play more cautious this round because of the high amount of destroyers. I gotta make sure that I'm not getting detected right away and taken out of the fight early on.
Battle starts.
Range is only 11 kilometers, keep that in mind. The German submarines have much longer range because they want it to be a national characteristic, obviously. My sub is a U-190, so he's going to have longer range than me, so I got to keep that in mind too. His range is 13 kilometers, I want to say. I'll be doing a video on the German submarines as well. so I just want to be cautious in my approach to the cap. If there was CVs in this match, I'd be diving under right away. I'm just going to wait and see if this destroyer spots any other destroyers, and then I'm going to dive. You don't always want to be the first one in when you're a submarine. You want to let your destroyers go first. Even though you can go underwater, as soon as you're detected, your dive capacity can get drained real quick, as you saw in the last match. Bring her up to full speed. Other destroyers are heading off toward A for some reason. There might be a submarine heading toward B here, if I had to guess. Just in case a destroyer shows up by surprise. See if I can spot any submarines down here. Got this Fiji that's going into sea. Can't really see much of the enemy yet, so I suppose there's probably some destroyers hiding out by. Must be hanging on the outside for some reason. Probably because of there being a submarine me in this match is my guess. There's a destroyer nearby. Look at all them torpedoes. Yep, he's right there. So you gotta hit him quick and fast. As soon as you see a destroyer, you want to get ping in, get the torpedoes going, because he's gonna pop that DCP right away. You just want to get them torpedoes going, because he's gonna pop that DCP right away, like I said. Normal. Ping on the target there. Alright, getting spotted here. Torpedoes, come on. There's my reticle. He's gone. Change my location here to get inside C cap, because they probably need some assistance over there. This is kind of the trend I was talking about before. You're not always going to have damage in these matches, because people know how to counter subs better now, which is a good thing. You should learn how to counterplay against all ship types in the game. It's just that a lot of us people that have been around closed beta myself are just getting used to them now. Probably a destroyer in here and we can't see him because of he's in smoke or something. You're gonna have matches like this sometimes. You're not always gonna. Yep, destroyer. Just like I thought. We're gonna try to get him. Let's see if this destroyer is a little smarter than the last one. Come on, go, 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 go. You're hurrying away, which is what you should do when you're in a destroyer facing off against submarines. Americans have the speed advantage over the Germans. So I was able to outdo my torps there, and my dive timer's just going down. Oh boy, boy, boy. Not cool. Turn here.
Attention! Maximum depth 3.
Drop depth charges on me. Submarines by me here. I'm probably a little spooked or whatever, but I gotta find a way out of this cap. I only have a minute and 47 left on that dive timer. Sure, that's depth charges being dropped. We're gonna be a little adventurous today and see if I can hit some. I'm exiting here. That destroyer's almost dead. Destroyer's hiding. Destroyers up here. Nope. Try captain here real quick. This dive time recharge. You're gonna have some matches like this where you're just not gonna be able to get damage off because you don't have no big targets like it near you, like battleships and all that. Just gotta get used to it. I hate to say it, but you're not always gonna have matches where you're gonna be able to sink some submarines. It's just the nature of these ships. They're designed, I think, more like tank destroyers and world of tanks in some ways. Low health, high damage potential. Pretty much how tank destroyers work in world of tanks. We're going to be a little risque and go after this Johan de Witt. Get him here.
Enemy battleship sighted.
Get these. Angle my torpedo reticle. These torpedoes fired off and just keep hitting these pings at them. Little dive going. Taking out. Really smart. He turned away from the torpedoes. Running into scenarios like this, sometimes you just gotta keep your head up. Try to turn around here so I can get my bow torpedoes off at them. Probably not going to be possible now because it's going behind the shelf. I don't know. It's worth a shot. See if they even hit. Sometimes they can. Sometimes. Just depends. Depends on how good of a lock you got on target. See, that homing stops at a certain distance.
Low battery.
Game's dragging out a little bit because all the destroyers and their submarines probably all the way over there. You don't want to go too far from your allies because you're going to want them to support you a little bit. He's in. I need help taking out. He's in. Or should I cap? We have a lot of time left on the dive timer right now. For me, I think it's best to showcase the gameplays where you don't always win sometimes. Because World of Warships isn't a game where everybody's top tier, where everybody's such a good... where everybody's just dominant in every ship they play. Han's kind of being silly there. He's getting too close. I can probably do something about Heezen. Torpedoes are already loaded up. We'll have enough dive time to dive. Just gotta stay near my teammates here and help them take out the season. Smoke here. There must be a destroyer over here. What is that? That must be leftover smoke from a Han. A little faster, I think, on the surface with the submarine. Get him. Not hitting on anything yet. Oh, there he is. Wreckage is going to block my hit, though. I die because we're within 6 kilometers of him. This nice depth. I think we're going to stay at periscope just because. Try to get this hit. Get him. I think it's important to really get them torpedoes off right away before people hit their DCP. Torpedoes can really hit them hard if you get them at the right, just the right angle. Heezen must not have DCP recharged because these torpedoes are going to hit him. Look at that. Took him out. Subs are a game of patience sometimes. You gotta have patience to play this class. You can't just rush in like you could with destroyers because destroyers had the cover of smoke. You can be, they can get you at the underneath the water still with the depth charges. Why are we doing this weird formation here where Heathen's going all the way over there? What's Heathen doing? Alright. Obviously that... Oh, the submarine's gone. Alright, I probably have more free reign now.
Roger.
Alright, let's see how this plays out here. Submarines still need to be balanced, especially in the area pings. I'm sure they're going to figure that out. I think I'm more annoyed by super ships, honestly. Grinding credits is not easy, especially when you take out the flags that reduce service costs. Probably need to hit B here. Minnesota might be able to take them out. Belfast probably still has Hydra though, so I gotta be careful. Like I said, subs are a game of patience. With the American subs especially, you gotta play cautiously because you don't have as long a range as the Germans do. The German submarines get a much longer range. I think the 14 kilometers is at the tier 10. The Type 25 can do that. You gotta just play. You gotta play with your teammates here, and you gotta coordinate with them a little bit. Good communication is important with subs. Keep in mind surface hazards as well. Terrain, torpedoes, hydro, keep in mind all that. Can't hit anybody because they're outside of ping range, but Z-46, that could be a strong ship when played in the right hands. Trying to decide what's going to be my best target here. I think it's probably going to be the Minnesota because he's a little slower. Not gonna be able to turn as quick to the torpedoes. See if my ping can get him. Try for a better ping go out a little bit. Ooh, that was close. I think launching your torpedoes at the surface is a good tactic. Gotta keep in mind. Keep reaping in that target every so often. Keep the torpedoes on target. You hit DCP. I'm gonna try to turn around here and fire off the bow torpedoes off at him. Surface here because the depth charges aren't effective when you're on the surface. Don't have much of a stand on here. Periscope depth, obviously. Come on, periscope depth. Stop being silly controls. Get underneath the surface here because I'm not a dummy. Turn around and get these bow torpedoes off at him. If you really feel ambitious, think you have a shot, go for it. Keep in mind that you're gonna want to get underneath the water quickly as well. Alright, so we did end up getting damaged in that game with with Salmon, which is good. Subs take practice. You're not going to master them on the first try. Take time to learn. Your main targets are probably going to be the battleships and not Kenya. Targets are mainly going to be battleships. Just curious what check what. Yep, see the tier 8 German gets 12.5. Top one gets 14. Leo, let's look over sonar and then we'll get to skills. Load time 10 seconds. Velocity 600. Width 18. 12-kilometer range. What do I have? Commander trained up specifically for this ship. Torpedo range 12.0 kilometers. Torpedo speed 93, the highest on any ship. Bow group reload 39.1. Stern group 1x4. Liquidator, bit of maintenance, enhanced impulse generator. Let's see here. Honestly, enlarged propeller shafts probably a little better. Since we're I'm going to go for enlarged propeller shaft just because tier 10 games have higher damage output potential, of course. So we got torpedo 2's modification 2, steering gears mod 3, steering gears mod 2, torpedo 2's modification 1, engine room protection, and sonar modification 1. Sure, I got signals. Yep, I got them on there. Here we go. Vallejo. So it looks like right now your ping range matches your torpedo range. Who knows if they're going to mess with that in the future. I foresee them changing how pings work, if anything, and probably those depth charge planes, they might change them so that they can spot subs. I don't know. They might just leave that off. Definitely things you should pay attention to in future patches. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Leo time. Here we go on the Atlantic map with Vallejo. Somebody that nobody I recognize. Alright, here we go. So I went with that enlarged propeller shaft just because these games can be more faster paced at the tier 10. 12-kilometer range allows you to be a little bit more flexible, but still you gotta play your cards right.
Action stations.
Let's give them a
to go. Vallejo's got the fastest torpedoes in the game right now. We got aircraft. Aircraft can really drain your dive time quickly, so if you see an aircraft, you want to dive immediately so you're not spotted. Be smart.
Attention! Maximum depth reached.
See, it's pretty dark under here. Come up a little bit, see if that aircraft is still circling around. Run my little hydrophone, see if I can spot that destroyer. See if I can spot a quick target to hit it, then I'm going to get out of the cap. That should be always your strategy. You find a quick target to hit and you get the dodge out of cap. You do not want to stick around a cap because you're just going to be absolutely focused fired with depth charges up the wazoo. Spotting that submarine. Should be a destroyer. Oh, yeah. Must be off at the edge of the cap, is my guess. What target can I hit here? That's what you got to be thinking. What target can you hit quick and get out of dodge? That should be your tactic for American subs. Spot an enemy to hit, fire your torpedoes off, and get the heck out of dodge. Make sure you ping them too before you get out of dodge. Why we're not spotting nobody? There it is. Speed. Fire off. Get them torpedoes off right away. You don't want to be silly with that. Get them off right away. It's time you can get them right on target, especially with this sub here. Where's that carrier so close? Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. Depends. Okay, let's see this battleship. So that destroyer probably turned around pretty quick and he's out of the cap now. Let's see.
All stations reporting the position of a strategic target.
Alright, let's see if I can get a ping on Yamato and get some torpedoes off at him. Destroyer's not in range yet. Let's see if he fires off his DCP.
Enemy destroyer detected.
Here he is. Fire off some torpedoes quick. Wherever you got ready to go, just fire it off. Make sure you keep your bow torpedoes ready to go in case you get somebody that comes up right on you, like the submarine right here.
Torpedoes dead ahead.
Keep in mind you can only keep one target pinged at once. Not,
Torpedoes dead ahead. Target position.
make sure that you fire off your torpedoes good. Yamato hit the close to the turn here. Oh boy, oh doggy. Got enemy subs right there. Let's see if I can get them. Neutralized. I guess I can try the front group on him. It's a nice target. Focusing on someone. What? Man, this is exactly the situation I didn't want to get in. This isn't ideal because I'm being spotted, I'm being focused. I'm gonna have to dive underneath the surface to avoid this. Gotta have fast reactions.
Problem solved, sir.
Always have your torpedoes ready to go.
The ship is on fire. We're hold below the waterline. We're flooding quickly.
Taken out quickly by these depth charges. Taken out. You're gonna have situations like that. Not always gonna come out on top, and you gotta be wary of that. Not always gonna win all your battles. You're gonna have battles in which you lose. Always learn from your mistakes. That's the important part about submarines. They're a class that's gonna take time to learn for anybody. But that is my mainly Cashlot Salmon seem balanced. Baleo still seems pretty okay. It's just that ping they're probably gonna mess with in the next patch, I imagine. There'll probably be a dev blog on it, so keep an eye on the dev blogs. Please remember to like, watch, and subscribe for future World of Warships and Temple Run 2 content. Thank you so much for watching.